Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are doing a June reading recap. I have to admit to you, it was a little bit of a slow month, but I'm excited because my TBR is growing astronomically. Like, I'm looking at it right now and it's darn near as big as my tripod with my phone on it. So let's get into it. Alrighty, y'all, you already know I got my handy dandy iPad with me. I be writing books about these books, okay? So there's my notes on here. So I read 3 books this month last month in June. I was traveling a lot. I just didn't have as much downtime as I wanted. I did start a book, and then for the first time this year, I put it down. I read like 2 chapters and put it down and haven't picked it back up since. But it's back in my TBR, so I'm gonna talk about it today. So book number 1 that we're going to talk about is The Devil Wears Scrubs. For the life of me, I could not remember anything about this book until I went back and looked at it, my TikTok. This one, I think I gave it like a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, only because it took so long to get like to the plot twist, and I just wish it was like a little bit more or a little bit faster. Like, it was already a short book, but I felt like it was like really dragged out for how short the book it was. Like, we could have condensed it a little bit more. It's basically about a doctor, a student, or she's like a doctor resident, I think. And she just basically is like doing a night in a psych ward, but her like ex-boyfriend's there with her. And then it turns out that her like best friend is in the ward, like, and all this stuff. And it was just like crazy. It was like she couldn't really trust anyone. The ex-boyfriend goes missing. Like, no one was telling the truth and everyone was lying. It was like a whole plan, and the plan came together. I just wish we got to the plan quicker, or there was like more of a dramatic plot twist. Like, you kind of already knew that like the ex-best friend had something coming out from her. It was like kind of cool that it left us off on like a cliff note, or like a cliffhanger. So that was kind of nice. I know there's like another, it's called The Devil Wears Something. So when I get my hands on that one, I'm gonna see if they correlate and they're kind of like a play off of each other. I'm not sure. I'm hoping they are, so we can get a little bit more about what that like cliffhanger was without spoiling it too much. That's what I'm gonna say. The second book of the month, this one made the 5 out of 5 star list. Absolutely love this book. I could not put it down. I literally was like reading this book on the plane, and like the entire time on an 8-hour flight, and the entire time my mouth was just like, that was my face the entire book. And I know the person that was like sitting next to me was just like, is she okay? Like, she's going through it. This book is putting me through the ringer over and over and over again. It was amazing. But Keeping It in the Family by John Mars, 5 out of 5. Please put this on your TBR list, to be read list, because I think everyone needs to read it. As I've said in previous videos, John Mars is a British writer, so everything's like everything is like in that Britain slang accent, like play on words that we don't use in America. So 1, I already love it because of that, and then 2, it's just, you got point of views from literally all the characters in the book. It kept you going and it kept you tied in, and I really liked how in this book he played with the characters. So like, you are in the exact same scene, but then like the next you flip the page and you have the point of view of someone else in the exact same scene as well. So I really like that play on things. It was really cool. There was like a few questions I had in there. Definitely probably a book that I'll read again, and I'm not a rereader. I'm not a rereader whatsoever. So something I may dabble in again. But that one, 5 out of 5. Hands down. Please, highly recommend. Please add it to your TBR. Keep It in the Family by John Mars. Then my third book of the month was, I read this one in like 24 hours or less than 24 hours, like 8 hours at a work event that I was working. It was Do You Remember by Freida McFadden. At first it was kind of hard to pick up, but then it was due at the library, and so I was like, come on. Like, I don't like turning books back in if I didn't read them. Especially because I have to put like holds in for these books, so it's just like, come on, read them, get through them. So this one was actually like pretty good. It was over like, the book is based over a 5-day time span, and the main character, basically every morning that she wakes up, she cannot remember anything. She doesn't remember who her husband is. Like, the last thing she remembers is going to sleep, being engaged, like the night of her engagement party with someone else. And now she wakes up years later, engaged to someone else. She had like a startup company. Now her company is like booming. She's like a multi-millionaire is a proper term. But yeah, like kind of crazy. She doesn't know. She only has like 2 people on her phone. Like there was just like kind of crazy twists and turns to it throughout the book. And then you just kind of really never expect what you do get in the end. Especially because like you never truly find out the truth, or at least the main character never finds out the truth. Because she forgets, like they'll tell her something and be like, this is the truth, and then she'll just wake up the next morning and forget. So it's kind of weird. I didn't like that aspect of it, because I was like, she still doesn't know the full truth. Like this man connived her, and she kind of gets to it, but then she doesn't remember it. But I don't know. I'd have to like go back and read the last few chapters again, because I'm like, did she really get an understanding? Did she not? And then I think she kind of does at the end, and it's like so late in the story for me, and I was just like, she should have known this like 2 pages ago. But yeah. Anyways, so those are the 3. I would probably rate that. I was going to rate that a 4. I'll give that one a 4 out of 10, because I did really like the twist. I did like the little plot that came in throughout. So now we're going to get into July's TBR. And when I tell you this list is insane, it's insane, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 3 books that have been on my TBR for like the last 2 months. It's The Teacher by Freida, No Reason by her last name is McNeil, Gretchen McNeil, and The Marriage Act by John Mars. These 3 are all books that, if you watch, I think my May one, these are all 3 that I bought, so I'm just kind of like saving those, since I mostly rent out from the library. So I'm just saving these. Still super excited for these. Actually, I'm not too excited for The Teacher. People have been talking about this one to me, and I don't know if I'm gonna be comfortable. So yeah. Also, I got this one, If I Go Missing. I know nothing about this, but one of my members from Orange Theory bought it for me, or like brought it to me, because she read it already, and she's like, here, you just have it. So super excited for that, especially because we like the same books. She also read John Mars and Freida, so she's like, here. She also tried to give me a Freida book that I already read before, so I was like, okay, yeah, we're on the same type of time. So that one are gonna be like when I run out of books from the library, or if I'm like have some downtime and can like squeeze in an extra book. Now, getting into my library ones. So first 2 I'm gonna bring up, because they're not Freida McFadden books or John Mars books, is The President's List, called by Lawrence Robbins. So basically it's like, can the president get away with murder? And I feel like this is like the show, like How to Get Away with Murder, and just like a whole bunch of like secrets and stuff like that. So I rented this from the library. Super excited for that one. And then I got Have You Seen Her by Catherine McKenzie. And I kind of just saw like the writing, and I saw the spine of the book, and I was like, yep, I kind of need that in my life. But this is the one that I mentioned earlier, where I've read to the first 15 pages. I'm gonna put it back down. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try to pick her back up again. These 2 books I just actually picked up when I was in the library, so I think I can kind of have them for as long as I can until I have to get them returned. The book I am currently reading is The Locked Door by Freida. This one is amazing so far. I'm like halfway done, or almost just about halfway done. I probably will finish it tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow. I'm currently editing another YouTube video to post, so I need to get that done first, and then I'm gonna read this. I have like a tattoo appointment that's supposed to take like 8 hours tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna read this throughout that. 6 Freida books to read. So in this list, we have One by One, The Perfect Son, The Surrogate Mother, The Stranger in the House. I lied, that one's actually by John Mars, but I've heard that's really good, kind of like Keep It in the Family. Do Not Disturb by Freida McFadden, and The Crash. When I tell you, I've been waiting for The Crash for like months, like 2 months now. So I'm gonna finish Locked Door, and then I'm gonna read The Crash, because I already know that that's gonna have to go back to the library as soon as possible. And then we're gonna get through these. I'm so excited. Don't know how many I'm gonna get through. The plan is to get through 6 for the month, so that's basically that stack right there. 6.5, or this will be 7, so it's planning to get through 7 of those that are I haven't even started yet, and then kind of going from there. So that is my plan. I'm going to try to tackle 2 books a week, which is 6 books. So yeah, wish me luck. We're already a half a week down into July, and I'm only 1 book in, so we're gonna have to up this. We're gonna have to up it just a little bit, but I'm gonna get it done. As always, I thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you're new here and haven't followed me on TikTok, go follow me on TikTok. I post about all my books like daily, so it's a little bit better. I only do like my monthly recaps here. I am trying to get in the habit of posting my TikToks to my reels or to my shorts, to my YouTube shorts, and my reels on Instagram as well. So just trying to get into the habit, but follow me on TikTok because that's where you see like the daily posts. But other than that, I will see you guys in some sort of YouTube video next week. And yeah, I'll see you guys next month for the recap and the TBR. Bye.